The night is darkest just before the dawn.
No, you have to hit rock bottom. That's the way up.
So you're at rock bottom. Good.
There's only one way, one direction. If you're at the bottom, there's only one way, but you gotta look up.
You know something? There is nothing better than a redemption story.
Rock bottom. Bottom isn't when you experience the worst moment of your life.
Definitely.
Bottom is when you change.
If there's no struggle, then it's nothing. There's no journey.
Even if you're at rock bottom, the only place you can go is up.
If you don't want to wake up, then
what have you got to lose?
exactly.
The struggle of coming back is beautiful.
I promise you, the dawn is coming.
There is a mountain whose peak is so tall it is hidden behind the clouds. I want you to look up at it.
Make a commitment to stop the thing that is destroying you and start the thing that's going to build you.
Because you're not everything you could be, and you know it.
Understand that this mountain is no foreign entity. It is you. You are the mountain. And today, you stop cowering from your own potential.
Sometimes you have to hit rock bottom. Sometimes you have to go, nothing is working in my life. I'm miserable, I'm depressed, my career isn't going in the right way. Okay, maybe I'm the source of it. And when you hit rock bottom, you're willing to take anything. The pain of looking at yourself isn't maybe as bad as the hole that you've dug yourself into.
People talk about hitting rock bottom. When you get to a point where you really can look at yourself objectively and think like, oh, shit, what have I been doing? Like that's a state, that's a mental state where you are very prone and you have a very high potential to be able to say, okay, I can't do this anymore. I got to change something.
But the one thing that remained constant was every time I was down, every time I hit rock bottom, somehow I was able to put everything aside and say, right, I'm gonna work hard and I'm gonna get back up.
Where they reach rock bottom, but when the excuses all go away and people can actually confront the fact that this is all because of me, and it hurts, but is also unbelievably empowering, because if these problems are because of me, then I'm capable of fixing these problems.
It's never a bad thing to be at rock bottom. It's a good thing actually, because you can really search yourself and find out who you are and what you really want. Because at rock bottom you don't do anything else apart from soul search. And the only way out of there is up. And that's it, you can't go wrong.
Yeah.
So I think everybody needs to be at rock bottom sometime in their life to decide who they are and what they want and what they're doing in this life.
It's like, I have nothing to lose. If everybody who's like at the bottom and feels like they have nothing going for them, reframe that as I have nothing going for me, which also means that I have nothing to lose by taking action, it makes you a much more dangerous person.
Whatever it is that got you to rock bottom, whatever it is that got you to this place of where all the chips are down, there is a way out. But when you're there, it's hard to see the top of the staircase. If you're at rock bottom, you have to make a commitment to do one thing. And that one thing is to start the thing that's gonna build you and to stop one thing that's destroying you.
They say the greatest achievement of somebody comes right after their worst defeat. When they've hit rock bottom, hit the bottom of the barrel, they got nothing left. Everyone's given up on them. They've lost all their worldly possessions. They're dead broke on their back. It's at that point, guys, when everything's lost, that everything can be gained. There's no more ego there, is there? They let go of, what if I fail? What if it doesn't work? What if I don't like, what if this person rejects me? The animosity, the pressures of society, let it all go because they've lost it all. They're just now left with the intestinal fortitude, the pride within. Do I want to stay on the bottom of this barrel or do I climb the f*** out of this hole?
You're being tested, and without a test, there's no testimony. Life tests you. Sometimes life annihilates you, but it's only up to you if you want to take some more. It's going to dish it out, but eventually, if you don't quit, it'll be merciful to you.
Even though extreme ownership hurts and is painful, it's also liberating because now you have control over your fate and over your destiny, and that is a glorious thing.
I never wanted to feel it again. I never wanted to feel it again. But what it did was it showed me what is possible. And that's what set the new stage for me. That's when I realized, oh man, I've really been underachieving my entire life.
Maybe you failed your examination. Maybe you got thrown out of this university. Maybe you got fired from a job. Maybe somebody ditched you. Maybe something else like this happened. These are all small things between life and death. Because you came here with nothing, isn't it? When you die, there is no container service for you. You die with nothing. In spite of that, most people are carrying such a huge baggage on their head as if they're carrying the whole universe on their head. This is their own psychological condition. Your thought and emotion is what you're talking about, right? When are you going to figure out how to handle your thought and emotion? Not hers, not his, yours. When are you going to learn how to handle my thought and my emotion?
So when you begin to look at your past, give an interpretation that empowers you. That's where I used to be, that's not where I am now. I'm growing, reinterpreting our past, understanding and knowing that we can move from where we are, that we can begin to design the kind of life that empowers us, that gives us happiness, that enable us to be on top of who we are, knowing that as we begin to explore new horizons and new vistas in life, that as we begin to focus on developing ourselves, as we begin to elevate ourselves and not to follow the crowd, activating the thinker in us and disciplining and putting on hold the emotional part of ourselves. It's not easy, but through practice and practice and practice, practice makes what? Practice makes improvement.
I say to myself, I refuse to believe that if I'm a good person and that if I'm working hard, I refuse to believe that this doesn't work out. I refuse to believe that I'm not gonna be okay. Like, I know that this moment's gonna pass, and I know that I will look back on this moment 5 years from now, and I'll see exactly what I was meant to learn.
If you're at rock bottom right now, if you're struggling, if there's no light at the end of the tunnel, what I want you to think about right now is that this is the beginning of your redemption story. All the most inspiring stories that we watch and listen to, and all the most inspiring people that we follow online, they have at one point been in a position where there was massive adversity and they had to overcome it. When you're hit with adversity, you're given a choice. You can either accept defeat and lay down and die, or you can fight back. You can overcome those demons. You can overcome that darkness. You can become the person that inspires other people when they're in your situation. So your next move, you're either going to be inching closer to defeat or inching closer to victory. And that is entirely up to you.
And that is a spark of what it turns out to be their greatest moment, their greatest hour. We can live that way, guys. Imagine the life you can live when you let go of the thought of failure.
You can always better your best. You can always go beyond anything that you have ever done. You'll never hit a state of perfection. You're always bigger than what you do. And so all you're looking for are new breakthroughs through practice and practice and practice. You'll get better and better and better. And there's still some things that will happen to you that will catch you on the blind side that you did not anticipate. You'll get knocked down, but you won't be knocked out. You'll be able to get to your feet again, be on the ropes, but you'll have a fast recovery rate when you work on yourself.
You at your weakest state, bottom of the barrel. What's about to happen? Your greatest triumph. You kill yourself on pride in here, leave nothing to spare. What's gonna come? The growth of opportunity.